Hey guys, so as part of this challenge that I will be explaining on the video, I went ahead and deleted all my social media, meaning that if you've been trying to reach me on Instagram, I'm not there. But I created an email so you can contact me. That email is IamArealTrucker@gmail.com, because the haters are gonna love that. Once again, that email is IamArealTrucker@gmail.com, and I'm also gonna drop it in the description. So if you have any questions, if you want me to address any topics, either hit me up in the comments or email me at IamArealTrucker@gmail.com. Let's get to the video. How's it going, guys? It's the Peruvian Trucker back with another video. And I wish the circumstances were really better, but our government just approved the plan in which they steal money from you if you want to buy a house. And I'm very upset.
If you have good credit, you want to buy a house, well, right now you're screwed. That brings us to an edition of Gerald Knows Things.
It was $40 per month.
Right, yes.
For 30 years that you will be paying this if you take the average time. Unless you refinance, and then, of course, it could just be the rest of your life that you're paying all of this money. And by the way, that $400,000, you're like, oh, well, that's a lot of home. Not in California, not in New York, not in Connecticut, not in these other places. It's not a lot of home. And so if you pay for a home that's $500,000, $600,000,
right,
$800,000, it's more money.
I'm trying my hardest not to make a rant or get political or anything. So to distract us from that, I'm going to tell you something. I've lived in this country for 12 years. And in the 12, 13 years that I've been in this country, never in my life have I had Arby's. Until today, or until just in a few minutes. So we're going to feast. Stress eat, really. I really don't want to rant, I don't want to get into it, but if you don't know what the PPL or PLL or whatever is, I urge you to do some research on it. Basically, if you want to buy a house and you're a responsible person that has good credit, the government is going to take $40 a month. Sorry, the government's going to charge you an extra $40 a month on your mortgage so they can subsidize mortgages for people with bad credit. And this affects everybody. Anyone that's responsible with their money and has a good credit score. I was raving in December about how happy I was about my credit score finally crossing the 700s because I've been responsible, I've been saving, I've been paying off my debt. Well, now because of that, if I ever want to buy a house, the government is going to charge me an extra $40 a month on my mortgage to subsidize someone that doesn't take the steps that I'm taking. And I don't really want to angle it towards truckers because, again, it affects everybody. But if you're considering getting into the trucking business to better your life, or if you are in a trucking business and you're staying on the road months, weeks at a time, I'm really sorry. I mean, I'm mad. I'm pissed. And you should be pissed too, because that's how the government is repaying you. But anyway, I'm just going to leave it at that, because so I don't really talk about this, but when you drive for hours at a time, you can go through an emotional roller coaster. Because I hear about this, I get really upset. I question the decisions that I've taken in my life and how something like this, excuse my language please, but something like this shits over the decisions that I'm taking and basically puts me in a position in which it makes me question, why am I trying to do the right things when the government rewards bad behavior, bad financial behavior, like they tried with the student loans a couple months ago. That didn't work out, so now they're trying to take money in a different way. And this time it can't be stopped. It's already been passed and approved. But, and I already turned this into a rant. But while driving, I get into this emotional roller coaster. I get really upset. I question why I'm doing what I'm doing, almost to the point in which I almost want to give up on my plans, because what's the point? But then I reassure myself with, just trying to do the right thing for the sake of it being the right thing, regardless of whatever this twisted government that we have right now cooks up. So with that being said, before I even went home this past March, I already had in mind that when I came back on the road after my last home time, I was going to do my 30-week challenge. I'm going to eat my Arby's real quick, and we'll get to it in the back. Sorry for the long intro. Let's go. Okay guys, so I'm gonna eat this real quick, but I wanted to give my first impressions of Arby's real quick on the first bite. The curly fries are good. I can't complain. Can you see it? Chick-fil-A is still better. But it's not bad. It's not bad. So the 30-week challenge. I know the name is really not original, but it's not about the name. It's about what the challenge is. And basically what I decided that I was going to do before I went on my last home time was that I was going to make the most of my last home time, the one from March to April, because the moment I hit the road after that home time, I wasn't going to come back home until I was debt free. And based on my calculations on what I'm making on average, and assuming that things are going to stay mildly consistent, it came up to around 30 weeks. But at that point, I realized that within 30 weeks I was going to be nearing the month of November, and I decided that I might as well just stay out until Thanksgiving. Probably going to be closer to 35 weeks. It doesn't really matter how long it is, as long as I complete my goal, which again is to be debt free by then. So if you've watched my videos in the past, I've talked about how much I make on average every week. I'm not really going to get into the number because it's not even about that. I'm comfortable with what I'm making, which is all that matters to me, at least. And I'm confident that by November, I should be debt free, which is the plan. But it's not just about the finances when it comes to this plan. I'm doing a couple of things that I've been wanting to do for a while, which is kind of get off the grid. So, of course, I'm going to recluse myself inside the truck, if that's the right term, I'm not sure. I try to explore every chance that I get to. I got stuck in Middlesboro. I went out there and explored. I went to Cleveland, I went to LA, But I can definitely do that if I want to. But right now, my goal is to be debt free as quickly as I can, so I can move on with my life. If you watched my video a couple weeks ago, I tried to buy a house and that didn't work out. So I really, really want to be debt free. So when that next chance rolls along, I'm going to be in the best position. So I want to be there as quickly as I can. But it's not only about being debt free, it's about making a change, a personal change for me. On my free time, I've been heavily consumed by social media to the point in which I have an Xbox, I have a PS5, I have plenty of movies that I would rather watch, but I waste so much time just scrolling on Instagram. And that pissed me off. You know, one of the reasons amongst which I chose to get into trucking was so I could take advantage of the free time that I get. I get to drive, and then I get to rest and have all this time to myself. And I'm just giving it to Instagram. So that's another thing that was that inspired this 30-week challenge. Not get out of the truck, save as much money as I can. I'm going to cut off all social media. So no Facebook, no Instagram, no TikTok. Not that I ever use TikTok. I barely use it. Take advantage of the time that I have back there to exercise and eat healthy. I've been doing that for the last couple of days and it's hard. But without the distractions, it's easier. And I also have a couple of books that I want to try to read. And I also want to make the most of my free time by myself. That means I have some Legos that I may build. I have my Nintendo 64. I have my PS5. So I want to enjoy those things that I don't really get to do when I'm at home. And I get caught up with responsibilities or working on my car. You know, just take advantage of my alone time. Yeah. And that's pretty much the gist of it. I just want to give you a tour of some of the changes that I've made in the truck real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. But that's pretty much it. I'm holding myself accountable for this time and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to take you guys along on the journey and hopefully, I'm sure of it, but by the end, you'll celebrate with me being debt free. Okay guys, so I don't know that I've given a proper tour of the truck in a while, but I made some changes. I got this cabinet so I can store my stuff in a more organized way that opens every time that the truck moves. I got a bunch of books that I want to read. This is the first one. Take advantage of the free time. That's what I want to do through this challenge that I've set for myself. But when I don't feel like reading, this is the newest addition to the truck. And yes, that's an original Nintendo 64. I got Super Mario right there. The only thing that's not original is this controller that I bought while I was at home. It's a wireless controller. And the layout is really nice and it works great with the N64. And up here are all my cartridges. And one of the Legos that I intend to build at some point. I'm probably going to go in order and buy new Legos as I go. Then I have the HDMI here with the setup to hook up my phone and watch TV. And that's all the entertainment stuff. Pretty much. Well, I have the PS5 down there too. And the Xbox under the bunk. I forgot. Let's see if I can open it with one hand. I doubt it. Yeah, I can. Anyway, it's down there. Take my word. I went ahead and got rid of the top bunk mattress so I could have some workout equipment. My pajamas are right there too. And I've been doing push-ups up here. I also added this bar that I've been using to do pull-ups. Now, when it comes to eating healthy, I got my air fryer and I've been having basically air fried chicken with rice and lentils. I have my scale to try to keep track of what I'm eating because I do want to track that. And if I can open this. You can see here I have my strawberries, I have lentils for days. Now this is probably not going to last 30 weeks, so I'm spreading it out with just rice and chicken. But we'll make it work. And that's pretty much it. Hit me up in the comments. I would love to know if some of you guys are challenging yourselves to a particular thing while you're on the road. If you have any goals, yeah, hit me up in the comments or email me. I would love to hear about them. And if you want me to talk about other stuff, also you can email me or let me know in the comments, and I will catch you on the next one. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a good one.